fam, it's ThePreshaCooka and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be giving commentary on 3 different topics. The first one I'm going to talk about is Kirk Franklin and his son Kerrion Franklin. It's Friday and bills are due. Gonna make my daddy look like a fool. Now, I'm going to be very short with this commentary. So, Kirk Franklin and his son have been having issues for years. His name is Kerrion. And apparently, Kerrion recently released an audio of his dad cussing him clean out, calling him all kinds of names, you know, just being extra, all kinds of motherfuckers and stuff like that. Now, if you guys don't know who Kirk Franklin is, he is a well-known gospel artist. Okay, a lot of us, Kirk Franklin has been in a part of our lives at some point, maybe still is. I grew up listening to a lot of his music. I love his music. And so this story was very interesting to me. Now, I think it's very easy to get caught up in the words that Kirk Franklin was saying and not look at the bigger picture at what actually could have been happening. So here's what I think. First of all, I think it needs to be said that we don't know what their family dynamics look like at all. We also don't know, you know, what Kerrion has been like with his dad over the years. We do know Kerrion's been trying to put a lot of things out there over the years on social media about his dad, but we don't really know what his angle is, right? So the way I look at it is it could go either way. On one hand, I do think that, you know, Kerrion could be being extra, putting his family business out there, and maybe he even pushed his dad. Maybe he intentionally tried to push his dad to a point where he knew he was going to snap so he can get something good and juicy on the recording, right? But then there's also, we have to look at the fact that Kirk Franklin is a grown man and his son is a grown man. And, you know, at any point you could hang up the phone. Either one of them could hang up the phone. We also don't know what Kerrion said to his dad. We just hear Kirk Franklin going off. And I tend to be very wary of people who are only showing one side of the story. Where's the part when you respond? Where's the part when you're going off? You know, where's the part where you said some crazy stuff? Maybe he didn't. But, you know, to me, I'm just a little skeptical because I'm like, why are you so pressed to release this to the internet? It's not, you know, to me, it doesn't make any sense. So the stuff that Kirk Franklin was saying, you know, if we took away the fact that he was a gospel singer and, you know, well-known Christian artist, he's a human being. How many of us, you know, what do our lives look like behind the scenes, right? So I didn't really care that he was using bad words. What did concern me was how comfortable it seemed for him to be verbally abusive in his whatever responses, right? He was saying a lot of things in there. He made some physical threats. So to me, you know, while we all have our breaking point, it was just a little disturbing to be like, yo, why are you getting to this point? Like, even if this dude did intentionally trigger you, and if you say things have been like this for years, then you got to have some kind of exit plan. And sometimes that plan is hang the phone up, get away, you know, especially if you know the person may not be up to any good. So this tells me they've had a period of dysfunctional interactions over the years, and this isn't something new. And, you know, it just says it to me. It's hard for me to say there's anybody that's a victim in here. It seems like they both have been up to some nonsense. That's me personally. So that's what I have to say about Kirk Franklin and his son. What do you think? Does this impact the way you look at Kirk Franklin? You know, does it make you think of him differently? I know for me it doesn't, but I do have some questions that I would like to be answered. Okay, so let's get into the next story. Let's go down by the riverside, snatch a bitch and make them cry. So the second story is even sadder than the first, and this one resulted in the death of 4 people, unfortunately, due to a stimulus check argument. So this woman in Indianapolis, it's unclear if, I'm guessing this was her current partner. She and this current partner had a baby together. Okay. So he got in an argument with her saying, oh, he wants some of the money. I'm guessing he must not live with her. Just based on what I saw in the article, it felt like perhaps they didn't live together. He's coming to her and demanding some of this money, and her response is, no, I work really hard, I take care of your our children, and and you're not doing anything, which sounds to me like he's not financially contributing, and also he's probably not contributing much with childcare or at all. So she's saying to him, you're not entitled to any of this. It's not only that portion of the stimulus money that he was asking for. He thought he was entitled to some of her refund and just in general. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, that's weird. And he said he wanted half of what she got. And she, of course, wasn't having it. So apparently this person, this partner of hers, if they were still together, I don't know. The article wasn't very clear with that. This person came back and killed her brother, killed one of her kids, not the kid that they have together, killed her mom, and I think a cousin, either a cousin or a brother. And it was just, when I read this article, I said, this has to be a joke. This has to be a lie. And it's so sad. It's absolutely so sad and so disgusting that this low-life bitch really wanted this lady's money, okay? And he thought he was entitled to it, so much so that he came back and murdered people from her family, including a child. Like, they need to put him under the jail, okay? And it's just, to me, I just hope they throw the book at this person. Because, you know, look at how much losses occurred because you thought you were entitled to half of somebody else's stimulus check. And so, guys, you know, this is a reminder. You know, not everybody, this is not a happy time for everybody. This causes conflict for some people. It puts some people in danger. And, you know, please don't, if you are getting threatened, or do what you need to do to protect yourself. You know, notify who you need to notify. Remember that there's always something that we can do. We don't have to live and suffer in silence. And, you know, this story just really makes me think about, this had to have been an abusive relationship prior to this moment. It's hard for me to believe that everything was going great in this relationship and there were no signs, and then he's just demanding this money. Anyway, that's the story. Like I said, it happened in Indianapolis. Very upsetting. Let's move on to the third and final story. So in the third and final story that I want to report on today and give some commentary on is about a receptionist in the Cincinnati area. And she worked at a dental office, and she recently resigned because her boss, okay, I'm guessing he's the head dentist or whoever, told her she has natural hair, okay, and there's a picture of her. She's gorgeous, and her curls are gorgeous. Let me see if I can find what he actually said. And it was just crazy. It was just absolutely insane. So this is what the person's reporting. He pretty much told me my hair was unprofessional, Childer said. He also asked me if I could style it. Now, if you see the picture of her hair is styled. We're going to get into that. Dr. Martin, I don't know how to say this, Kireru, has apologized, that is a dentist, and said he misinterpreted a dress code that applies to clinical staff for patient safety, occupational, and hazard standards. He called Childers a top-performing employee. Now, we're going to go back and unpack that damn sentence, okay? But before we do that, I want you guys to take a look at this picture, okay? This is not who I was expecting to see when I initially read this article. I was thinking it was going to be some white dude, you know, or a white woman, because they have Eurocentric standards of beauty, demanding that this woman change her hairstyle. And this goes to show you there's not only do we have to deal with Eurocentric standards of beauty and discrimination, but also within the community, we have people. This is a black doctor, guys. This is a black doctor who went to another sister and told her, yeah, honey, I'm going to need you to style your hair, as though her hair is not styled, okay? This is just so problematic. Now, and then to add insult to injury, the HR people they said they wanted her back, but it's a misunderstanding. Y'all heard his bullshit ass excuse talking about I misinterpreted a dress code. You know, what? Sir, you have a whole medical degree, and you mean for telling me, you don't understand what a dress code said? No, you're full of shit. What this is, he done consulted HR about what words to say to this lady because he done messed up and they're about to catch a discrimination case. And I truly hope she does. I truly hope this woman brings whatever she can down on them, because this is absolutely inappropriate. No matter where you work, you know, you shouldn't be getting discriminated against because of the texture of your hair. That's absolutely ridiculous. This woman is not coming to work unkempt. If she had straight hair, I guarantee you this guy wouldn't have said anything to her. It's because her hair is natural. And there's so much hate, guys. There's so much hate within our own community. You know, even here on YouTube, I get people say stuff all the time as though it matters. And I just think it's so funny because people don't realize this actually reflects where they're at, that they're self-hating, that they're uncomfortable in their skin with the, you know, with their hue, with the pattern of their hair, curl pattern of their hair. This isn't my problem. This is your problem. I pity you. I feel bad for you that you think the only way to feel beautiful and to be popping is to be wearing somebody else's hair or to have your hair straightened. There's nothing wrong with those things if you choose to do that. But what you cannot do is tell somebody else how to wear their hair, and that the way that their hair grows out of their head is somehow wrong because that's the way that the creator made them. No, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with your mind. And if you are black or a person of color and you are perpetuating this type of narrative, you're pathetic, and I feel sorry for you. Anyway, I hope this lady gets her coin and takes them to court and files a discrimination charge. And I wouldn't work for their ass. I would have just taken them to court. Absolutely ridiculous, absolutely unacceptable. It's bad enough that we have to deal with Eurocentric standards of beauty, but then we got to deal with this bullshit. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening to this commentary. If you like the commentary, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.